All right, you ready for this? This is my Photo Stories by Jarvie. This is a show about how pictures came to be. We're going to analyze this picture and tell you how it came to be, not looking at the little seconds and aperture and ISO and stuff like that, but all the other things that made this picture happen. Okay, so let's back up quite a bit here and look at how it really came to be. So, I bought myself a big, huge honking flashlight and I started practicing it a lot more on this last trip. And then I made it to San Francisco and I was there for about a week. I did a wedding and then I practiced more of the lighting up stuff, lit up the cliffs here with that light and went on. Then what happened is we started a photo walk, and one of the first days we went to Sutro Baths and a couple other different places, and I again started using my flashlight to light up stuff like this and this. The next day I went with a friend, Joe Azur, and we got up really early in the morning before everyone else got up. We went and did some early morning city shots and then started taking pictures at the Bay Bridge here. As you can see, and we met up with other people. Yes, there was a bunch of other people, and throughout those couple of days we started I started hanging out with them and doing different things, including this girl and her sister, who is a photographer. And here she is again and again. And okay, so later that day I went and shot just random people on the street, did some street photography type photography. And then, because I had already been up for so long that day, I got really tired, went to the next location, and was planning on taking a 30-minute nap. Well, it started to rain a ton, and that nap ended up being an hour and a half, and I found out that most everyone else had gone home, but a couple of people had gone down to the beach. So I went down to the beach. Where is everyone? One random girl? I went to the wrong beach. So I had gone like 15 minutes to get there, and it took 30 minutes to go up the cliff again, and then I was about to give up and I decided to go down to the right beach because there was a couple of people there. And so here I was, pretty rainy day, and I was on the beach and I was with, remember, this young lady, and so she went out to do some self-portraits, and I said, well, hey, do another one, use my umbrella. And so she was there. I got a couple of pictures of her with my umbrella in the water. I had another friend that asked me to take some pictures of the Golden Gate Bridge. Here's one of the unedited pictures. I had switched sides, so here we are going towards the bridge with the rocks in the way. Then I was like, wait, I've got my flashlight. So I grabbed it and I started using the flashlight to light some stuff up. And it was around this time everyone else was kind of starting to pack up and take off, but I was still using my flashlight and lighting stuff up. And I said, wait, hey, she did these, self-portrait shots. I can do the self-portrait shots, and maybe I'll make it a little bit different. I'll use my flashlight. Here we are, and I was doing that again and again, and they're in the background. And then I did one, and the water came rolling up, so I had to get out of the way of the water before it hit me, and I was just in socks and it was still wet and everything, and later I just gave up and my shoes were totally wet by the end. But at this point I cared, so I jumped out of the way and I was like this ghost image in the picture. Well, just moments ago I was going through the pictures and finding ones that I really liked, and I was the ghosty is kind of interesting look, but I said, wait, hey, I maybe could crop myself out, darken the edges, add a little bit of color, and what do I have? I have a good picture of the Golden Gate Bridge. But it's a little dark under here. I avoid distractions and just simplify things. So I cropped the bottom part out, add a little bit of sky to it with a 36 megapixel camera. I have this leeway, and now I have one of my preferred pictures of the Golden Gate, partly because of the cool story that comes along with it. And that is a photo story. I practiced a lot with my flashlight. I was getting into using it. I got to San Francisco. I started a photo walk. I used a light at the photo walk. I got up super early in the morning, went with the friend. We shot all day. We hung out with different people. We kept on shooting. I met this girl. I kept on shooting. I went to the wrong beach. I got really tired, but I kept on going. She did self-portraits. I put my only flair on her portraits. I started taking pictures of the Bay Bridge because of a friend. I got out my flashlight because I was into lighting stuff up, and therefore portraits plus flashlight plus Bay Bridge led me to this. And with a rogue, well, not a rogue wave, a wave that comes through, I get the ghosted images. I decide to crop myself out. I decide to do a different crop, and this is how the picture comes out. Did you catch all of that? That's how pictures really come about. It's not about aperture and shutter speed. Well, it is kind of, but not all that much about it. It's so much more. And that's a photo story by Jarvie.